We went to church for the first time in like a year.
Yeah,
How was that for you?
It was really sweet. I haven't felt the need to go to church so much. I used to like really feel like that was like the one thing that tied me to like my faith and Christianity and stuff. Like I just felt like when I'm in church on Sundays, it like recenters me and it's peaceful and there's beautiful music and all of that stuff. Like I just felt spiritually connected, and it was just like a discipline of mine to go every week. And now I'm like feel the opposite, where I'm like, I don't feel like I need to go. I don't know. It was really nice. I think I was like mad at you for something for like the first half of it. I don't remember, and I don't care to remember. But
I'm sorry for whatever it was that I did.
It was probably just like the hustle bustle of getting there.
Oh, got it.
I really liked it because it was like a special service where somebody was sharing their like life story, and so I don't know. I really enjoyed. And then afterwards, I was like, oh man, I wanted to play with our new camera in like the sanctuary and get some cool like footage and stuff. And our pastor, who's our friend, was just like, oh yeah, just walk in and close the door when you're done. I was like, this is so crazy, because I feel like growing up, I don't know, I never felt like I could just be a little hooligan in the church.
You never felt at home in your own church.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, there's always people that, you know, people don't really know me, or like, I don't know. And I've always just wanted to run around and play around with the church's stuff, you know?
Of course you would do.
Play on the piano.
There's equipment here.
How was it for you?
It was good. For me, I used to go to church like all the time, because I grew up in the evangelical church world, and I was probably in church like 4 times a week, 4 to 5 times a week. And I just got burnt out and exhausted in my 20s, because then in my 20s, I was like working in churches and in ministry. And when I came out, and I was still going to church, and I think there was a part of me that was trying to prove to people that I could be bisexual and still a Christian. So I was still going all the time and doing all the things and whatever. And then when I met you and we started seeing each other, I brought you to my church, and it just quickly became apparent that people were looking at us like we were some sort of like novelty, you know?
And not like always in the best way.
No, it couldn't give us good vibes. It was like,
it's an elephant in the room.
Yeah, it was like we became the elephant in the room, and it was very weird.
Yeah.
So honestly, like, we had started going to this, like, our church now, but the more I settled into our relationship, the less spiritual pressure I felt to have to be in church all the time. Like, the less legalism and religious kind of like nonsense I felt to just like, oh, I have to. So I just relaxed into peace, and I relaxed into resting on Sundays, creating on Sundays, spending time with you, hanging out with friends. And I think that my body and my brain started to restore. But then hanging out with our pastor and his husband, you know, they're like talking about how our church community is growing, and how, you know, there's new people coming and they're getting involved in the community and doing these different like outreaches in our community and working with different nonprofits. I just got excited to see what they're up to. And so I really enjoyed going. And it'd probably been like almost a year since we've been. And I have to say, like, my whole heart got so warmed that they still had our name tags. They still knew our names.
Yeah.
And like when you and I were running around being hooligans and filming and messing around in the sanctuary afterwards, like the people that we knew there before came and hung out with us and just chatted with us. We were all in a circle. We were just all catching up.
It was like the after hours of church.
It was so awesome. And I just remembered, like, what a good place to be a part of. What a great family to belong to. That's how I felt. I was like, oh yeah, like no matter how long it is, I will always find a home with these people, you know. So I really enjoyed being there.
You know what I realized before when I went to church? I think I've had that as part of my identity. As long as I'm going to church every week, I'm getting restored. And part of that was probably also like, as long as I'm doing this every week, I am a good person. I'm a good Christian. And this is proof that I am connecting to like my faith. And I don't know. I think when like I stopped feeling like the need to go per se, there was a little bit of shame, but after a while it was like I felt fully free to come to our church because we go to an affirming church, and I just felt like free enough, even if I don't go for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, even if I don't go to church and then I show up one day, these people are going to have the biggest smile on their face, and people will love on me even if they don't know me. And it's just like I'm still a really good person, and I still have a claim to like connect with this faith even if I don't go to church every week. And so then it's like almost makes me want to go more because I have an actual reason to go other than that piece of needing to also like be a good Christian.
Yourself, like, oh, I gotta be a good Christian, and good Christians go to church on Sunday. Yeah, it's fun now because there's no gatekeepers. Like there's nobody in our world that we allow to be in our lives that are telling us you have to do this in order to engage in your faith. It's just like we get to engage in our faith because we choose to engage in our faith because it's our faith.
Yeah, I think, yeah, right now for me, it's just pure love and community.